I've tried to fix it with
As
you.
am I. As am I.
Okay, but you're so bitter.
Bitter.
Virtual reality. Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And Evan, I do not send Kyle Richards any memes unless you want Dorit to have a wrath against you, because who knew that we'd be fighting over memes?
And I'm wondering and curious if you're speaking to him or if you have spoken to him.
My friendship with PK is memes and jokes.
I know, the whole time I was just thinking, what do you mean? I was literally so not perturbed, but just taken aback by how many times Kyle uttered the word meme in one scene.
Have I gotten a meme from him in a while? Maybe within the last week. Maybe a meme. But nothing, literally memes. That's it.
It almost got, it was obscene. It was a meme. It was really, I was like, there are layers to this. And I have to assume PK has like amazing UK Insta accounts that has this like meme gold that Kyle's like, I can't get rid of this access. But how are we feeling? Do we think this is actually the issue, or is it like one of the many things that they can fight about with each other?
Kyle, PK's in a very unpredictable state of mind, and I'm in real high alert because when he's like this, I don't know what the hell he can do.
I think that Dorit right now is going through the early stages of a contentious split. Mm-hmm. And I think when you're in, speaking from experience, when you're in that phase of life, when you're dealing with a breakup or a divorce and with kids, and there's so many more serious layers to what Dorit is going through than anything I've ever experienced. But I feel like when you are dealing with a breakup, your senses are heightened. Yeah. And I feel like maybe there is a sense of paranoia about what PK is doing or not doing, what he's saying, what he's not saying, because apparently right now he's not saying anything to Dorit. Dorit doesn't have access to him. He's like cut off communication or their 5 times a day communication. Yeah. And so it seems as though Kyle has a semblance of communication and Dorit wants to know anything about what he's saying or where he's at.
Well, I think she's especially upset because the one time they did communicate, it was in therapy, and he was like, I am so excited to divorce you, basically. Yeah. Which I think was kind of a shock to her. I think it was one of those like, we're separated, I don't know, kind of like Charlotte in Sex and the City would try like, we're separated, we don't know. And PK seems to be moving on up, or not up, but moving on away from it. And I do think kind of what you're saying, she's going through like 2 breakups right now, because the PK one is hard. The Kyle one is hard, and she isn't in front of PK to yell at him. So I think Kyle's kind of getting the brunt of 2 anger situations in one.
You know, PK and I, we had a 4-hour therapy session on Monday. 4 hours.
Do you buy that Kyle didn't realize that PK and Dorit were in a bad place?
But we're not getting along. We're separated and we're not getting along.
PK's not telling me that.
I did like that Kyle was like, no, I don't buy it. Right, but I do like that Kyle's like, well, you don't talk to me, so how am I supposed to know the details of it, like the layers of it? So I think this is Kyle's kind of way of being like, well, I'm going to text Kemsley.
Yeah, but then I feel like Dorit made a really good point, saying Kyle would never let Dorit get away with pretending like she didn't know. You're surrounded by people, producers, castmates, cameras, people gossiping in Beverly Hills. Like, even if Dorit didn't directly tell you, you absolutely have
You're friends with Sutton and Garcelle. You know
Right.
the intro. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, especially Sutton, who went to Dorit, got a lot of information, made her feel safe, secure, etc. Then the Kyle and Dorit, we gotta talk about Sutton and Dorit.
They're not friends.
We aren't friends, and forget it. There you go.
Yeah, they are definitely not friends, but I did love
cordiality.
She was like, I am cordial, or I can be cordial. I forgot what it was, but it was like the antithesis of cordial.
Because after she was like, we can be friends and cordial, and Kyle's like, can that start now?
Yeah.
And she's like, I am, raising her glass to no one.
Like gutturally screaming, I am cordial. Honestly amazing.
It was very, very good. And I do feel like now I understand why the plastic surgery shades has been shading more recently, where Dorit and Sutton are in an awful place. They're kind of like Dorit and Erica and Sutton a few years ago, which now they're in a better place. So there's hope.
I feel like there's definitely a hope. I mean, what do you make of the way that it has devolved so quickly between Sutton and Dorit?
What have I done to you ever?
Do you feel like there was a tactic on Sutton's part by trying to gain Dorit's trust to then? I mean, I wouldn't call it turning on her, but I think in Dorit minds it.
I don't know, and I hope Sutton's not offended by this. I don't know if she has a lot of like tactics in her mind.
Sutton?
Yeah.
Well, Boz, who entered this group through Sutton, is now saying that she thinks either Sutton is delusional or a maniacal genius.
And
I don't know. Maybe she's all.
I would call her a delusional genius. I would take out maniacal. Because Sutton lives. Well, also.
Boz didn't say maniacal, but she did imply that maybe Sutton is more calculated than she appears to be.
I think the only thing Sutton calculates is how much money she gets from alimony each month. And then that's why she's delusional, because it's not actually delusional for her. So I don't know. And I feel.
I really don't think that Sutton is calculated. I think that she operates from. I wouldn't call it impulsion, but it's a place of emotion.
Yeah.
I feel like she acts on the way that she is feeling in that moment.
I didn't say I want to be the first person that you call. Okay? If you want me to ever consider you call, I will be there for you. That's what I said.
And if with reflection later on, I feel like she will apologize.
And I also do think a lot of it is because Sutton kind of is like the divorce 101 coach for all these people.
Yeah.
I think she does get it. And it's fair when someone asks you for advice and you're like, do this. And if they're not doing exactly that, you're kind of like frustrated because it's like, well, what am I talking to you about?
Right. And it's like, because like, I know how the story goes. And that like when she said, you can't shield your kids forever.
You can't shield the children forever.
Can't shield the children forever? I don't plan to shield them forever.
I mean, Garcelle said it best when she said, keep the kids out of it. Like, we know that just does not work out on Housewives. Don't bring up the kids. But, I mean, even Dorit said, like, I know I can't shield the kids forever. Please, I guess where she was coming from was, please don't imply that I'm a dumbass. Like, I think I'm going to shield them until they're 21 years old. But I think that Sutton was coming from a place of care and concern, saying, like, eventually you're going to have to break it to them. And also, I do feel like, you know, no matter what Dorit's plan of action is, she probably knows on some level that her kids are picking up on it.
I'm like, Daddy's not home. Like, he's gone.
Yeah.
So, like, I think.
But the kids seem happy. I mean, Phoenix is twirling.
Oh my God, twirl! Yeah. Gone with the Wind, fabulous. Yes.
I did love Jagger's response. He said something like,
he would get sick.
Like I'd get sick and fall on the floor, which like same.
I also would get sick and fall on the floor if I had to deal with the fight that was at the end, because everyone was screaming. I want to know if Kesha was in yours view of that, because like I would love if like Kesha's like DMing with Kyle Rich. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go to this thing, and she's like, what's happening over here?
Do you feel like Kyle invited Kesha as somewhat of a flex, or did it like fill?
Yes.
Did it fill the Morgan void?
Amazing. Thank you. So do you, Gorge. Kesha and I met on Instagram.
She did joke, like, let the rumor start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what void Kesha is filling. I don't know.
Kesha and Kyle, if it was like that, that would be so hot.
That would
Kesha has never, I mean, obviously Kyle has never looked better, but like Kesha has never looked better, and we've seen her pop up so many times on Peacock. Recently with her on this episode of Housewives, she was on the Simple Life reunion situation with Danny Pellegrino on the
Joyride. Yeah, I hope Kyle's having a joyride. Who knows? And I know they share an affinity of Birkins, which is something that if you live in LA, I guess you do.
Yeah.
So I hope, I mean, but no, I think they're just having, I do love that Kyle's kind of like, you can yell at me all you want, I'm going home with the TikTok girl. And by that I mean the song, and not home for any other reason besides just to chat and chill. But I know, I feel like it was kind of one of those circular dinner tables where everyone was kind of like in the mix-ish. I think, I don't know if Sutton and Boz, how they're gonna.
I know we briefly mentioned this, but like the Sutton and Boz situation is really, it's kind of like freaking me out, because I was hoping to see a friendship flourish, but you know, we love our Sutton, we also love our Dorit. Dorit right now, I feel like she's in a a space and place within this group where she doesn't have many true blue allies aside from Erica Jane. So it's so nice to see her have that connection with Boz.
Yeah.
And I do like that she has Boz right there to support her as she deals with the Sutton of it all. I thought that Boz would have been able, and no shade to Boz, like deal with it how you need to deal with it, because maybe there's some part of Boz that doesn't vibe with Sutton. But
Yeah.
I thought that Boz was going to be able to navigate
The
her friendship with
more.
Dorit separately from her friendship with Sutton. But Sutton is out here thinking, oh, maybe Dorit's talking some shit about me to Boz, which she probably
true,
is. That's
yeah.
what we do as humans. We talk shit about people we're not getting along with. So maybe
Yeah.
that's true. And maybe Dorit is somewhat infiltrating Boz's thoughts, feelings, and opinions about Sutton. I feel like if you asked Boz, she would be like, no, I'm making my own judgments. And maybe she is.
Well, maybe because also like Boz, like she said, kind of just says like she's just hitting it off with Dorit, and like I think, I mean, like when she's like, I'm a listener, I like to listen. There is no better friend to someone who likes to listen than Dorit Kemsley,
That's so true.
because she loves to talk.
Sutton did not seem to love to listen to Boz's definition of weaponizing. I feel like she was like, I know what that word means, Boz.
Yes.
But
and then also when she was trying to be like, I'm smart, I'm like, Sutton, what's happening here?
Sutton is smart. You don't need to tell us.
Yeah, no, we know. But also I'm like, that is kind of what, when I was like, well, that is exactly what she was kind of doing with the divorce. Like, where that is kind of like, Sutton has been coming out 2 episodes in a row, like, Dorit, your life is awful. And Dorit's like, yeah, I know.
Right. I know we're all just stating facts that Dorit is agreeing with.
I do.
But it still hurts to hear.
Yeah, it hurts to
even
hear.
if
And
it's true.
But you know what I hope Dorit, well, actually, I don't know if it really cares because her and Garcelle never really click. That Garcelle kind of was in episodes prior and now here leading the charge being like, it's not okay that Kyle and PK text.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? What is like your honest opinion about, even if it's just memes? Because the meme thing.
Well, also that is 2024 hieroglyphics. Like that is how people communicate.
Because
what is the meme? Oh.
But there are also sentences that are sent after
the
memes and in between memes and LOLs and ha-has.
And also like
they're probably harmless ha-has, but it's not just like meme to meme.
And also I'm sure the memes are about certain things. You know what I mean?
Of maybe divorce.
I was going to say, yeah, like when you're single in Miami or something like that. I think Kyle, I mean, also now it's almost a thing where I'm like, I would love Kyle like to just flat out say like, did she feel closer to PK than Dorit overall?
I mean, she does say that PK has been a better friend to her recently.
If I'm going to be really honest, PK's been a better friend to me than she has lately.
But my thing, if that is not the case, you have to be with the person. You have to kind of be like, okay, this is an awkward situation. I want you guys to figure out your stuff, and I'll talk to you then.
I mean,
or just tell Dorit, hi, I'm still gonna have a relationship with him. I don't know what you want me to do with that.
Kyle did boldly state, no matter what, I'm a girl's girl. I'm always gonna side with you.
Obviously, I am a girl's girl. I would always side with you.
And Dorit's probably really confused because she's like, well, in the terrible state that I'm in, you're not communicating with me and you're communicating with my ex who's making my life a living hell right now.
Garcelle's like, how's he doing that?
When he's making my life difficult,
How is he doing that?
he a loss of communication.
Oh my God. The way Garcelle delivered the line, it was with such a condescending attitude, and it really just highlighted how much Garcelle absolutely hates Dorit.
They are truly, what is this feeling?
Yes.
Because that is loathing.
Yeah, it is. It really, really is. And look, like we all have people we loathe, and unfortunately for Dorit, she is that person for Garcelle. I feel like if Garcelle decided to let go of the seeming hate that she has for Dorit would happily engage.
I don't know.
In a friend, I don't think Dorit hates Garcelle as much as Garcelle hates Dorit. I truly don't.
I feel now they have a mutual hatred towards each other.
You think it's equally strong on both sides?
I think so. Garcelle just shows it more.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. Like if you let
Dorit
unleash
3 Belvedere's Club Soda carcasses out, I don't think she's like, and you know what? I just watched that Lifetime film. Like I think it's a equal despise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing else to say. The girls just hate each other.
But it's kind of almost, it's like, a refreshing thing of Housewives where it's like they never have the thing. It's like, oh my God, we did a yoga retreat and now we're gonna try again. They're just like,
You just know
I have your number.
They don't mess with each other.
I have your number. And it's like, they're classy ladies, so they're not gonna like ever have it like get into any disarray, but they're just like, I will take any opportunity I can to.
Well, speaking of disarray, you really don't see much of it on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like their fights are never amplified to the extent that you see on other franchises. However, I did think that the fight at the Viper Room between Kyle and Dorit and the way they were raising their voices with each other, it was feeling a little not very Beverly Hills. It was kind of feeling like the season of Roni.
Oh, no,
it was like, with just like the vitriol for each other and the way they're shouting at each other,
This season of Roni vitriol. Oh, yes. Okay, I was gonna say it was giving a little Jersey.
Oh, it was. Oh, very much. Because I forgot about Jersey.
I know, because that's why I was like Roni. I was like, I was like, who called who a pigeon?
It was definitely giving Jersey.
Dirty.
I think it was definitely
it was giving a
that.
lot of that.
I think I was thinking of like Uba and Bryn and what's to come on this season.
Okay, yes, or from last night's episode. Yeah.
Because I feel like the girls on Beverly Hills, they are able to keep it cordial.
I'm cordial.
You know what I mean?
Cordial!
Like they really are for the most part, but the cordiality, despite Sutton's best efforts, is vacating the group.
It really, So I know it is.
But it's honestly, it's exciting. It's thrilling. I kind of love to see the group move in this direction.
They're kind of like the Birkins are away and they're out to play. Yeah.
Right, and they're gonna have to start bringing their workins to scenes, so they don't ruin the Birkins.
That is, I would love to watch Kyle Richards hold a work-in, the Walmart Birkin.
I feel like she would love to hold it too. She loves to purchase anything.
That's true.
Like when she's like in a shopping frenzy, like if you put Kyle Richards in a Walmart and she saw a work-in, she would buy 90 of them.
For the price of half of a Birkin.
Yeah. And I don't know if she would carry it, but I think she would have fun purchasing it and seeing like what colors and textures.
Yeah.
So, did the work-in come in more than one color?
I think it.
Do you know?
I've been seeing orange a lot.
Okay, like the classic.
But I feel maybe it came in. I feel like wherever they're making, they probably are just like putting like Crayola on all of them.
Yeah.
Something like that. Who knows? Who knows? But final things, because I love that. I didn't get the event. It was a pride party to honor Erica Jane's new single.
Which I kind of,
I'm upset. I just wanted to make sure I grasped that correctly.
Yeah. I was unclear about the celebration. However, the single is fired.
Domino. I don't know the words.
Domino's is really great.
It made me want pizza. Let me tell you that much. It made me want thin crust with pineapple, cheesy bread on the side.
At first, when they were going over the details of the party and Erica was on stage and they were kind of like, walking through everything when they said it's, to honor Erica and Domino's. At first, I was like, wait, is this a collaboration or a partnership with Domino's?
Nothing.
And I was like, what? Did I forget something? But then I remembered that she did drop Domino's over the summer. And it is really good. I'm an Erica Jane music fan.
And I feel, and I hope Erica takes this the right way, because it's a compliment for me.
Okay, what?
If any of the Beverly Hills Housewives, I could imagine, orders Domino's pizza, it is Erica Jane.
She would order Domino's to her house before the interior upgrades that she's planning.
Exactly. Where she's sitting, she's like, and like the plastic Diet Coke bottle, just like pouring it out. She's like, well, what are we going to do now?
Right.
And then like the sweats and the MCM sweatsuit. So it's glamorous.
It is glamorous. Watch it. Yeah.
Erica, that's my dream. I want her house.
Wait, also, speaking of her house, I know that she's so excited to have this interior design overhaul.
Yeah.
But when we were going room to room, I didn't think some of her choices were as tragic as the interior designer made it seem.
We can't have stuff like this for you. We need to have beautiful things. You're Erica Jane. This isn't right.
I am reminded of how shitty my life was. I know.
Like, I love her house. I love the way it's currently decorated.
I love the bones. I'm like, why does she have piles of books on the side?
When I saw that, I was like, wow, relatable.
Where I was like, she is in, I don't know what, like a Saturn's return is upon her, and she's leaving it. Because I was like, that is.
It just reminds me of when I enter some sort of frenzy in Barnes & Noble and I buy 10 books that I know I'm never going to read, and they pile up and they just sit there. I was like, wow, that's my girl.
That made me look, I was like, what's going on here? What's happening? But
Danny, I'm admitting to you that I do this too. Are you also wondering what's going on?
And
I don't know.
I think you get Domino's too. Again, all good things. But I know, I'm excited to see that house reveal.
Yeah, me too. I hope he followed through with it.
You know, I don't know.
Because he said he was going to have to work on
Maybe
a
he's doing it now while
budget.
she's in Chicago.
Oh, yeah, possibly. That'd be
Chicago,
nice.
New York.
Yeah, that's honestly, wait. Congratulations to Erica Jane on being booked again as Roxy Hart in Chicago, because I don't know if you saw when the news was announced, that shady clip from Garcelle had been making the rounds. How, I think it was a few seasons ago, Erica was talking with Lisa Rinna how they would both love to return to the role of Roxy Hart.
She's going to have it happen, yeah.
And Garcelle very confidently told the camera, that will never happen, mark my words. And now it's happening.
She's marking her spots.
Yeah.
Places, everybody. I know. I would see her.
I would see her too. I've never seen Chicago on Broadway. I wanted to see with Ariana, didn't get the chance. But
I had tickets, but she got the flu that day or something like that. Felt personal.
Did you go to the show with Ariana? Did you sell your ticket?
No, I got a refund because they do the thing if it's like yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because here's the thing, and this is not offense to any person. It's a better movie than a musical.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. I've heard it's not the best musical.
And that's not to say anything of the people. It just reads better as a movie.
But I feel like Erica would make it fun.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it would make...
Just like Wicked's a better musical than a movie. But I loved it.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's some things that just hit different. There's some things that just hit.
Danny with the hot... Did you like Wicked?
Yeah.
The movie?
I just thought it was a
better musical.
Thought it was a better musical than a movie.
Oh. Okay.
What do you say? Domino's.
Yeah. All right, we got to go order Domino's.
I know, I'm hungry.